All right, guys, so Ryan and Eric just walked through the similarities of the fitting system, what they do with the tour players here at ECPC, as well as some highlights about the new AI series of putters, both in the white hot insert and the new milled insert, which are really cool putters. They obviously have different feels. I think it's awesome that you guys went to 2 inserts for that, because I was here a while ago, and at the time it was just a milled one. There was no white hot availability for that AI.
Yeah.
So that was news to me. Very cool to see. Obviously these came out in the press just a little bit ago. I haven't rolled them yet, so Eric's going to take me through like a mini little fit here with the AI series of putters. So we're going to dive into it real quick. Just explain real quick how you go through it, and then the technology that we're going to use here.
Yeah, so we're going to start with the putter that's closest to your gamer. You said you're in a Toulon Chicagos, so we've got an AI one double wide here to start with. Double bend, it's got about 20 degrees of toe hang, so not quite face balance, but pretty close. So what we try to do is we try to get just a baseline with your gamer, and then we look at loft, lie, and face angle, and just try to see, all right, where are we at? What kind of things do we need to change? Do we need to change your loft, change your lie? How's your aim?
Yep.
What's your impact relative to where you're aimed? And with that, we'll change some toe hang as well. So the 3 main things that we look at, we can talk grip and all that towards the end, but we want to get you dialed in on the head first,
Awesome.
And then we'll go some other stuff.
All right, let's dive into it.
Cool. All right.
That was a big push.
All right, so let's take a look at a few things here. We'll start with kind of, like I said, the 3 main things we look at. So we've got club data on the left side, ball on the right. So face angle is a big one that we look at, where you aimed and where'd you impact it. So you can see here, the gray is 0.98 degrees. You were about a degree right at aim, and then about 3 degrees right at impact. So 2-degree difference. And I think on all 3 of the putts, you were right of where you aimed at impact.
Yes.
So something that we can work on. Launch angle, we like to be between 1 and 2 degrees. A little bit on the higher side of that, that's perfect. I didn't see all 3 putts what the launch was, but if they were all around 1.76 like you have there, we're loving it. A lot of top spin, 42 RPM, 7 RPM of side spins, minimal, that's great. So in terms of loft, that should be roughly 3 degrees. It's a good spot for you. Lie angle, looks like we could go about a degree flat. So you started half a degree flat and then kind of drop the hands, which a lot of people do. Not judging, not criticizing. Degree flat, so 69 degree would probably be a good lie angle for you to be at. But let's talk about face angle, because I don't want to adjust this putter, because I think we want to adjust face angle first and get there. So when we have people come in with a push, myself included, we like to go with something that has less toe hang. So in your case, it would be from 20 down to face balanced is where we'll go.
Yeah, because that's pretty much the only way we can go now from this.
Exactly.
Less toe hang is face balance.
Exactly. So our goal is going to be, let's look at where you were at on average. I don't know that we're going to get you down to 0, but we're going to get you down to something pretty comfortable here. So on average, your difference was you were 1.11, 1.51, and 2.09. So a degree and a half open relative to where you aim. So we'll see how low we can get that number on average.
Perfect.
I know you pointed out the 11T earlier. Here it is. Let's get this one going.
Yeah, why not? Just send it, yeah.
I mean, if you like the look of it,
I do. I like that it's just like a little bit more compact.
Yeah, got the nice long lines too.
Yeah.
You aim it well though. That's one thing. I got to give you a compliment here. I mean, half degree right on aim is fantastic.
Yeah, and what's funny is like, so both I have 2 Chicagos that are identical builds. I got rid of the sight line on both. It's completely blacked out.
Really?
Yeah. Like if I could have nothing there,
yeah,
nothing on the top, that would be my
happiest person in the world.
It just like, I don't know what it is. It just makes me, because I aim the face usually. Like that's how I'll do it. I'll aim the face, and then if I look and that line's not where I think the face is in perpendicular space, it just like freaks me out.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
So I totally get what you're saying.
Okay, cool.
I'm all in on that.
I'm not the weirdo then. Sweet.
No, I go. With
I love that.
I go with the dot. That's all I've got on there.
Yeah.
I'm lucky. I've got some access to some cool ones, but. Just a little firm. That was inside the hole, though. All right, let's take a look at these numbers. I think you're going to like them. What's interesting is, I mean, I try not to judge if the putts go in and out because we get some squirrely things that happen at the end of this.
Sure, okay.
I mean, as any carpet does if it hasn't been kind of swept in a while.
Yeah.
But let's take a look as a whole. So going to your summary, we're right back where we were before. I've got this blue group down here now. So this is the second putter. That's the 11T.
Okay.
And you can see we dropped you from 1.57 degrees of difference between where you aim and where you impact down to 1.2. So third of a degree improvement, which is fantastic. Still not completely square, but part of that's just, I mean, as you know, got to work on it sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But blue twisted impact, so you're centering them up nicely, which is good. Part of that could be the lines just having some indication of center of the face. And then let's change the screen here to go look at your launch angle to talk loft and lie. So launch angle is about as close to perfect as you can possibly get, 1.62 degrees. So you're living in that 1.6, 1.8 degree range, which is awesome. You know, you're seeing almost 30 degrees or 30 RPM rather of top spin. And in this case, negligible side spin, which is fantastic. You're just seeing a nice end over end roll. Then let's look at line angle real quick, which would be the other thing that we would consider adjusting for you. So in this case, I think this putter might have been a touch flatter. It's saying leave it where it is. You're pretty much completely, flat on the ground.
So this one was flat compared to the first one?
I think it was a touch. I mean, there's always some manufacturing variation,
Sure.
but just watching you address it, you could tell you were pretty much
yeah,
on
it
yeah.
actually legitimately seemed like I was getting just a little bit more toe down.
Yeah, so in terms of loft and lie, I mean, this one is spot on for you. A few other things we could try. We could obviously experiment with grip. We could experiment with head weighting. In this case, might reduce a little bit. Might be able to help you kind of get it back to square. Okay. But if we're not going to play with any of that, this is by far and away the best fit. Something that's face balanced. You like the look of. You're comfortable because we know that's important.
I was surprised actually how much I like the look of it because I'm not a huge mallet guy, but there's just something about the lines on this that just make it feel really compact.
Yeah.
For a mallet shape, and I like it. The lines maybe aren't my favorite thing, but I could learn to live with that easily.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks for walking us through it. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
This was fun. Always a joy to be here, of course.